It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Drygate Brewing Company, and it's a can of their Hoppi Polla White IPA. It's coming in at 6.7% ABV in a 330 milliliter can. This is one of the last beers that I'm going to get done for the Lidl Craft Beer Festival that was as of just over a week ago. So much there to do that I kind of, well, I'm just getting around to it now. Oh my goodness me, it smells good. It smells really good. Now, I reviewed the other Drygate beer that was in Lidl's recently, and I had a tweet from one of the main owners of Drygate Brewing Company to say that they're not owned by one of the two big green companies. I always get them mixed up, either Heineken or Carlsberg. But in fact, it's a joint venture between Williams Brothers Brewing Company and Tennent's. So he put me right. Fair play to him. Fair play on Twitter. I'm open to being kind of corrected, and you know, I'm one man here on YouTube. I'm not going to pretend I know it all. Somebody told me that it was Heineken or Carlsberg that owned Drygate Brewing Company, but I mean, whoever told me, you know, that sort of thing, it wasn't true. So it was either it's Williams Brothers Brewing Company. Drygate Brewing Company is a venture between Williams Brothers Brewing Company and Tennent's up there in Scotland. Right, now that's over and done with. We've got a 3-finger white head, good levels of carbonation with a straw-coloured, hazy straw-coloured looking beer. What I will say though is that I did a bit of digging about Tennent's. They're actually owned by a company called C&C Group, and C&C Group owns Magners and a couple of cider companies. So it's a big affair. It's not like Tennent's is this kind of like cotton wool industry, you know, it's small independent brewery type thing. It is quite a big affair. But anyway, let's move on from that. So we got a slight hazy straw-coloured beer. Let's get the aroma then. It smells fantastic. The beer was £1.60, £1.75. No, it was a 330 can. What am I talking about? This would have been about no more than £1.50 for this small can of beer from Lidl. Loads of mango, loads of kind of passion fruit and mango flavours coming through. A white IPA. Right. Smells good. Passion fruit, mango. Light malts. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Well, that's really interesting. A really interesting beer. You get that passion fruit, mango, citrus flavour coming through. Then you get a really nice bitterness on the back end. It's got a slight kind of medium mouthfeel to it, but they've obviously put a lot of hops in the boil in this beer. It's really quite a hoppy beer. It's put a smile on my face because I actually like the bitterness of hops on in a beer. I like that kind of big smack round the chops flavour. The malts. The malts are very light, touch of kind of cracker bread going on there. What I will say, it's very light. It's a very light flavour. It's not dominating this beer at all, but it's there. There's a definite little off flavour in this beer, and it's a little bit, it's a pinch. It's not much, but there's a little pinch of buttery, smooth diacetyl in here. It's only faint. It's not massive, but it's certainly there. It's on. I always breathe in the beer as I taste it, and my nose has become very sensitive, and my taste buds have become very sensitive to diacetyl. It's not for me in a beer. It's an off flavour that is a very interesting off flavour, because there are certain breweries, not so much anymore. There are certain breweries that brew purposely to have that kind of butterscotch flavour in their beer. People seem to like it, but not for me. It's an off flavour. If it's an off flavour, I can't get to grips with that. I can't accept it. But I'm not going to speak too much about it, because, as I mentioned earlier, pardon me, it's only a little tiny kind of minuscule amount of diacetyl in the beer, and it's probably a batch thing. The next time they brew a batch of this Hoppi Polla white IPA, there may not be any diacetyl at all. It's really minuscule, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to forget it's even there, but I've told you. But I like the bitterness. I like that bitterness on the beer. I like that mango with that passion fruit. For a white IPA, it's got a certain stickiness to it. It's like they've added oats to the beer, or the malts are quite sticky in the beer. It's a medium mouthfeel, should I say, for this beer. It's not as refreshing as I would have hoped. I hoped that the beer would be a little bit thinner. Again, it's not a major problem. It's not a major problem in the beer. I'm just picking this up though. I would like to see this a little bit thinner, a little bit more refreshing. But other than that, really good beer. Really good beer. Apart from them small 2 points, really good beer. Carbonation pushes the beer on the inside of the mouth, releases more of that flavour. Lots of passion fruit, lots of mango, loads of lychee kind of flavours coming through. Grapefruit bitterness on the back end. It's like walking through a pine needle forest, and you've grabbed some pine needles and pulled them out the tree and kind of rubbed them together in your hands, and got that kind of pine needle flavour going on. And lovely. And then you get the bitterness on the back end of the beer to balance off that sweetness to begin with. It's a nice beer. It's a nice beer. And for the price, no more than £1.50, probably £1.40, something like that in Lidl. Probably all sold out now, which is a shame. Because I do like these Lidl craft beer festivals. They do really, really well. And they seem to kind of sell out, and everybody's really interested in them, and yeah, it's good stuff. And I had some crackers. I had some absolute crackers. The Coco Noco was probably the best beer for me in this, or the Zoom Time. The Zoom Time was an incredible beer. Really, really good beer. So good stuff. Good stuff from Lidl. Good stuff from Drygate. Couple of little points I picked up on the beer. A smooth, spicy and refreshing white IPA, hopped with Galaxy for juicy fruit aromas, infused with orange peel and coriander for a zesty edge, and packed with oats and wheat for a soft and fluffy body. I don't think it needs the oats. For a white IPA, I don't think the beer needs the oats. I think a white IPA, this is the first white IPA that I've had that's been slightly creamy. And yeah, I understand oats in New England IPAs, but the oats don't have to be in this particular style. For me personally, I've had plenty of white IPAs and white beers in general, and they don't really need to be creamy. I much prefer them to be really kind of crisp and refreshing. Drygate Brewing Company has been making beer in the historic heart of Glasgow since 2014. We brew with open doors and open minds. We believe good beer can come from anywhere and anyone. Collaboration with our community is at our core. We love showcasing creators of beer, food, art, design, music, comedy, poetry and more. Hoppi Polla White IPA from Drygate Brewing Company, 6.7% ABV. I like it enough. I like this enough to give it, for the small points I picked out, for that price point, it's still a good value craft beer. It's a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box, subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews, give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom! Cheers!